both of y'all. Happy Friday! As you are lying on the back with your knees bent, place your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your stomach. Yep. Now I'm going to fix something. What's wrong? Yep. And just connect with the rise and fall of your breath. Notice where you're breathing. You might feel more of the breath at the heart center. The hand at the belly is just an invitation to breathe a little slower, fuller, and deeper, and slow down. So I know that some of our lives are a little bit busier with this technology, and some of us have a lot more time on our hands. But as we slow down, what we're slowing down is the metabolism, the connection with our mind, the activity in the mind. So we're slowing everything down, taking it, focusing on the breath, creating a yogic state where we're tethered, connected. As you bring your awareness and your connection to the rise and fall of your breath, start to stretch out and lengthen the inhalations. Hold the breath a little longer than you normally would. Take your time with the exhalations. And then give yourself a short little pause before you do that all over again. Nice slow deep inhale. Maybe bring it all the way down to the belly. That's nice, guys. Hold the breath. And then a nice slow exhale. Let something go with that exhale. Inhaling through the nose, cleansing and purifying the mind, holding the breath, inviting some silence, some peace to that heart center. Exhale out the mouth, let something go, make a sound. No one can hear you unless you're practicing with somebody. Try that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose, hold the breath. Make a sound. Let something go. Last round. Nice big inhale. Lengthen. And exhale, let something go. Feet on the floor. Inhale the arms over the head. Reach back. Press down into the feet and lift your seat off the floor. Lift the lower back, the mid back off the floor. Press down evenly into all toes and a little squeeze of the inner thighs together. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Slow and lengthen the breath. Push down into the toe pads, push into the heels, all 4 corners of the feet. A little bit more adduction, squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. 1 more round, and then take your time lowering down vertebrae by vertebrae. Release the arms back by the side. Good. 1 more time. Nice big inhale. Push down into the feet. Lift the hips. Good. This time lift your heels off the floor so your calf muscles are engaged. Draw the inner thighs towards each other. Good. 3 more breaths. Stay with it. Challenge the calf muscles. Challenge the muscles in the legs. You're opening up the front of the hips from all that sitting. And then exhale. Lower the heels. Lower all the way down. Hug the right knee into the chest. So once you get down, give yourself that knee hugging into the chest. Let the left leg fall to the floor. A couple of circles with the right ankle, the right shin. Yeah. 1 more round. Circle it the other way. You got it, guys. Happy baby on the right side. Reach for the pinky toe or the big toe side of the foot. As you draw the right knee to the floor, pause here for a moment and just see where that right knee goes for right now. And then bend your left leg and see if you can draw the right knee closer to the floor. Keep the right knee in this new space and then start to straighten the left leg. Press the heel towards the back of your mat and invite the calf muscle to press towards the floor. 2 more rounds of breath here. Lengthen through the front of the left leg and keep pressing down with that right knee towards the floor. Last one. Big inhale, and then exhale, rebend the left leg, place your right ankle on top of the left thigh. Draw the left knee into the chest, reach through with your hands, grab the hamstring. Good. Lift your heel just a little higher than your knee so you can see your toes. And then as you draw the knee into the chest, press the sacrum to the floor to feel a little bit more resistance. Perfect. One more big inhale, and then exhale, straighten the left leg. Now if you didn't get your core in today and you need to do something, you can take your 20 pulses, reaching up for your toes and lowering back down with each exhale. If you want to keep it a little softer, just grab onto that hamstring and keep breathing. I got my core in today, but I can always use a little extra. Maybe I'll order pizza tonight and I won't feel so bad. Keep breathing, whichever version you're doing. If you're keeping it a soft practice, just hold on to that hamstring and enjoy the hamstring stretch. Everybody reach through, grab onto the hamstring, flex your foot, push your heel to the back of the mat until that action lifts the head and shoulders off the floor, and then just let the head and neck relax back. So you're getting some traction from mid, upper back. Let it go. And then roll back and draw the left knee towards the chest. We're going to play with this pulse a couple of times, forward and backward, finding that traction for the spine, back body. Yeah. Last 3. Keep pulsing. Good. Last 2. Now give yourself a little bit more momentum and see if you can pulse all the way up to your seat. Good. Fingertips, everyone's got them. Bring them behind you. Squeeze your elbows in. Bend your leg. Squeeze your shoulders in. And just pause right here. So we're getting a nice little hip opener. If you need a little work today, lift your hips, your seat off the floor. If you want to just open the hip, you've got the option to keep this practice a lot softer. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, push into index and thumb if you're lifting up. Nice, guys. 2 more rounds of breath, whatever posture you find yourself in. Last one. If the seat's off the floor, lower it back down. Flip your palms so your fingertips are turning towards the front of your mat, and walk your hands away from your seat. Good. Don't go as far back as you can, just so you feel a little resistance, and then let the knees rock from side to side. So you feel this not only in the hip, but in the right shoulder and the left shoulder. Nice release for the IT bands, the lower back. Good. The next time you drop your knees over to the right, pause, and walk your left foot off the mat to the left. Now let the knees drop a little bit more to the right. The closer that left inner thigh gets to the floor, the more you'll feel. Yeah. Let the head and neck relax back. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Hold the breath. Stick out the tongue as you exhale. That felt good. Let's try one more. Nice big inhale through the nose. Hold the breath. Make some sound. Good. Walk your left foot back to the center of your mat. Keep the hands just as they are. Let your knees drop over to your left. Good. Your left hand's going to stay. Your right hand's going to release until you can drop that right foot all the way to the floor. Good. Draw the right inner thigh away from your torso and walk your right hand closer to your left. So you can keep walking the right hand closer to the left. You can bring the elbows to the floor, or you can really reach across with that right arm, getting a nice side flexion through the right side body. Slow the breath down. Keep guiding the right inner thigh away from you. You're in it. Keep breathing in it. Lengthen the inhales. Pause. And then soften into your exhales. Nice, everybody. One more round. And then very slowly unwind. Walk your palms back. Draw that left foot back to the floor. Shake out the legs. Give yourself a little bicycle pedal. That feels really good. I don't know. And then touch your toes to the floor. And then grab onto the front of your shins. and lower down nice and slow with a little core work. Good. Slowly massage each inch of the spine to the floor. You got it. Inhale the palms over the head. Press the feet into the floor. One more reclining bridge pose, a really soft bridge pose with the arms over the head. Lift the hips, push down into the toe pads. All four corners of the feet, draw the inner thighs towards each other. Last round of breath. And then lower down nice and slow, massaging the back into the floor. As you exhale, arms wrap around the left knee, right leg drops to the floor. A couple of slow circles at the left ankle and shin. It feels good to just lie around, move into some of these different shapes for the body. Left leg happy baby pose, pinky toe or big toe side of the foot. As you draw that left knee to the floor, just notice where the left knee stops. Notice where you feel a little resistance. Now bend your right leg, and you might be able to draw that left knee a little closer to the floor. Keep it at that new spot, and then straighten the right leg slowly. Feel the resistance. Try to get that right hip, the right side of your sacrum to the floor as you straighten the right leg. You'll feel a little battle, a little war of oppositions. Maybe flex that right foot, draw the toes towards your shin. One more big inhale, and then exhale. Rebend your right leg, place the left ankle on top of the right thigh, draw the right knee into your chest, and reach through and grab onto your hamstring. Pause and hang out right here just to open up your outer left hip. Lift your right heel a little higher so you can see your ankle, your foot, and as you draw that right knee in, simultaneously press your sacrum to the floor. We made it to Friday, y'all. It's like Groundhog Week, not Groundhog Day. Extend your right heel to the sky. So this is that spot where if you need the work, take your 20 pulses. If you don't need the work and you just want to hang out and grab that hamstring, the calf, go for it. Whichever you're doing, make sure the breath is guiding you either deeper into relaxation or a little bit of exhale power as you lift, draw the navel to the spine, activate your core. Great, everybody. The next time you lower, reach your hands through. Everyone's grabbing the hamstring. Nice interlace like you're trying to break the interlace with your hamstring. Push your right heel forward. This will actively lift the head and shoulders off the floor. You won't even need to use the neck muscles. You can relax those so you feel some nice traction all the way up and down the spine, and then just pulse it back down. Let's try 3 more of those. You're getting a nice traction for the back of the spine, the muscles along the spine, even creating a little space for the vertebrae there. Good. And on that last one, you can give yourself a little bit more momentum to rock yourself up to your seat. Yeah. Good. And then you can keep the legs just as they are. Fingertips facing back. Bend the right leg. I'm going to do a little angle shot here for you so you can see what's happening. Drawing that right heel in. Moving and hanging out right hip here, just focusing on the hip, or fingertips facing forward. Squeeze your biceps together. Option 2, bridge variation or reverse table. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your hips. Maybe looking straight up, relaxing the muscles of the face and the jaw. Let's do one more of those lion's breath. Nice big inhale through the nose. Your tongue touches your chin. Ah, and then lower all the way down. Good. So once you lower down, one more time, flip your palms, walk your fingertips back. And as you're walking your fingertips back, maybe on this side you go a little bit deeper if you feel like your range of motion is increased from round 1. And then we'll just let the knees, same thing, rock from side to side. Drop the knees to the left, drop the knees to the right. We're not moving our right foot just yet. We're just feeling how this feels in our shoulder, lower back, connection from upper body and lower body, glutes, piriformis, hips. The next time you drop your knees to the left, stay there. Walk your right foot over to the right to increase that IT band stretch on the right side, to increase that shoulder stretch on the right side, and then just let your head and neck relax back. A little surrender into the moment. Relax the muscles of the face and the jaw. Nowhere else to be but right here. Friday night starts after this. All right, from here, walk your right foot back to the center of your mat. Keep the hands right where they are. Let that knee, once you get the right heel under the right knee, let your knees drop to the right. Okay? Your right hand is going to stay. Your left hand is going to release. You can use it to guide the left inner thigh away from you for a nice little hip opener, or walk your left hand way over to the right hand, reaching as far as you can with the left hand so you feel that side stretch. Combination of the hip opener and the side stretch sets you up really nicely for a little standing pose later. It'll happen. Good. One more big inhale. And exhale. Slowly walk your palms back. Good. Same thing. Free those legs. Move them around a little bit. Celebrate your Friday night. Awesome. And then from here, lower your feet to the floor. Lower down one more time. Nice slow roll all the way down. Hug the knees into the chest. Any little movements that you need right here before you rock and roll up to your seat. Whatever feels like it needs to be connected to. Little opportunity to check in. Good. And then once you come up to your seat, swing the legs around and we'll meet at table. Palms underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Most of you know your cat and cow tilts. If there's something intuitive that you'd like to do, guiding the heart forward, lifting chin and chest as you inhale, and pressing down into your palms, rounding the spine, drawing the navel up and back as you exhale. If you want to add a little wag of the tail or any circular movements that feel like you're connecting to some spaces that aren't just extension and flexion of the spine, knock yourself out. Great, everybody. Last round. Good. From your table pose, walk your hands a palm print forward. Index fingers pointing straight forward. Spiral your biceps forward. Tuck your toes under. First down dog. Lift your hips to the sky. Push actively forward with both hands. And allow yourself to look up. Pedal out those legs. Take your dog for a little walk. Today I was walking in the park and I kept thinking, I'm taking my dog for a walk. I don't have a dog. But what I was taking for a walk was my mind. It just needed to get out of the house, needed to go for a walk. Great. Give it one more round of breath here. Good. We're going to do a vinyasa free practice today. Lift your left leg to the sky. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, step the left foot to the front of the mat. Lower the left heel to the floor, lower the right knee to the floor, and then bring your palms on top of that left thigh. So that left knee is right over the left ankle, back the knee up, and then sink back into it. If you need to double up your mat, go ahead and double up your mat underneath the right knee, back the heel up, sink back into it. Give yourself a couple of pulses right here. Really important muscle group to open up when we're sitting a little bit more than we normally do, the front of the hip flexor. The next time you sink into that right hip flexor, push forward and down with the left hand, lift your sternum and chest, reach the right palm to the sky. Good. If you want to feel a little bit more, bend the right arm, reach for that space right between the shoulder blade, and then lean the head back into the palms and you get a nice shoulder opener. Hang out, enjoy the breath. Good. And then as you exhale, bring the right palm to the floor. Tuck your right toes under, release the right knee, lengthen the spine, and take a soft twist to your left. As you're twisting to the left, push back into your right heel, and on each inhale, see if you can lengthen the spine, get a little bit more rotation before you twist. Last big inhale, get long with the spine, sink into that left quad, rotate, and then as you exhale, lower that right knee to the floor one more time. Straighten your left leg. If you need to walk the fingertips back, walk the fingertips back. Draw the toes back towards the shin. If you're going deeper here, guide your heart forward. Guide your chest forward, and then you can walk your fingertips forward towards the front of your mat. Yeah. Get long with the spine with your inhalations, and then fold into your space with your exhales. Excellent, everybody. One more round of breath. As you exhale, bend that left leg. Bring your palms inside of the left leg for a little lizard pose. Your lizard pose can stay right here, or you might lower your elbows down to the floor. Nice chill variation is to stay here with the right knee on the floor. If you want more, you can always lift it off the floor and imagine hugging your inner thighs towards the midline. Relax the muscles of the face. Invite the inhales to lengthen. Hold the breath a little bit before you exhale. As we slow down the breath, the activity in the mind usually follows. Lower the right knee. Walk your palms back. So your palms are going to be right next to the left leg. Swing your right toes around behind you. Tuck them under. And then windmill your hands up to your little mini warrior two. Yeah. And just pulse into that front leg. You'll feel the muscles of abduction releasing a little bit and pulse back. Pulse into it. Good. And pulse back. You got one more round. Pulse right here. Bring your palms into prayer, right to the center of the chest. And hook that left elbow inside of the left leg. Lengthen the spine. And then push the right palm into the left for a little bit more rotation. Give yourself 2 more rounds of breath just like that. Let somebody else into the room. 1 more round of breath. Good. And we go from our little side angle pose here. Maybe right palm to the sky or lower your left hand to the floor. Binders, right hand around the waist. Left hand slides under. Good. Get long with the torso and rotate. You're going to feel that left quad in just a second. 1 more round of breath. And then come back to that little warrior two. Good. And then windmill your palms inside of the left leg. Swing your right toes around behind you, tuck them under. Lift the right knee off the floor. Pivot your right heel. Good. So turn the right toes in slightly. Right heel lines up with the left. Reach that right palm to the sky and windmill back up to your warrior two. And then go right into straightening that left leg. Right hand, right IT band. Left palm to the sky. Peaceful warrior. So it's like a reverse triangle here. If you want to go into the warrior variation, bend the left leg. If you want to keep the softer variation, keep the left leg straight. I like to reach up with my right hand to get more side flexion. If that or any other arm variation feels like you can go a little bit more into that resistance in that side body and breathe slowly, fully, and deeply into it, might be a cool little expression to try. Good. Finish off with your warrior two. Windmill your palms inside of the left leg. And take a quarter turn to your right with your palms. So walk your hands to the right a quarter turn. Let the left foot join your right. Come up to your fingertips and look forward. Doesn't matter if you can see me or not. You're good. And then as you're looking forward, bend your knees. Toes are pointing straight forward. Fingertips, lengthen the spine, lift the heart, chin, and chest, cow tilt the spine. Good. Now lower the palms to the floor, push strongly down, round the spine, cat tilt the spine, draw the knee towards the chest, mid-spine to the sky. Good. Bend the knees, look forward, lengthen the spine. You got 2 more rounds. Wide leg cat and cow tilts. You're almost there. One more round of breath. Good. Keep your palms right under your shoulders, straighten the legs, right palm to the sky, open up the wing, send it up, thread it under and through, and then send it straight back to the sky. Pulse with your breath. As you inhale, send the palm up, look towards your thumb if that doesn't feel challenging for your neck, and exhale, thread it under, across, and through. Nice slow movements. Follow your breath. Maybe if you want to go deeper, reach a little farther back with each inhale, go a little farther across with each exhale. Last one, when you thread under, across, and through, see if you can reach for that left leg with your right hand. Hold on to either the calf or the ankle or the side of the foot, and take your left hand and drape it behind the back around the waist. So you're looking at your left big toe. Hello, little toe, it's time to cut you. And then either draw your chest towards your left thigh with both legs straight, or bend your right knee in the direction of your second and third toe on the right foot. And you'll feel resistance and a huge side stretch on the right side body along with your twist. Great, everybody. One more round of breath here. Good. Come on back to center, palms under the shoulders, knees lining up, and then forward fold, Pasarita Padottanasana. You just walk the hands back so that they're in line with your toes. The crown of the head moves towards the floor. For those of you that like your options, you like to go upside down. If it's a safe space to go upside down, go for it. If not, just hang out. Enjoy the flow of blood. You're reversing the flow of blood, really activating the lymph system. Good. Enjoy whatever experience is happening right there. Nice, everybody. And then from here, walk your palms right underneath your shoulders, lengthen the spine. We're gonna walk our hands all the way over to the right foot. Don't worry, we'll do that little thread through later on the other side. Pivot your heels to the right, so you're facing the back of your mat. Lower the left knee to the floor. Bring your palms right on top of that right thigh. And we'll just sink into that left psoas. So you're facing the back of your mat. We're opening up the front of the left hip. Use these rocking movements just to help you open up. Psoas, hip flexor. Yeah. And then the next time you sink into the psoas, hip flexor, hang out here, drop into it. Use your right hand as a lever to lift the chest, lift away from your thigh. Inhale the left palm to the sky. Stay right here, or if you took that arm variation, reach for your shoulder blade, or use the back of the head to lean into your forearm. This one you gotta go big with your breath. Breathe into the rib cage, inflate the sternum. Really lift with those inhales. So we're not breathing into the belly, we're breathing into the thoracic spine, the chest. We're actually lifting everything up. Good. Lower your left palm to the floor. Stay here with the toes untucked, or tuck the toes under and lift off. Before you twist, get as long as you can with the spine, and then rotate. Think about all the qualities that help you find more space. The more you lengthen the spine, the more room you have for rotation. Get long and rotate. If you want to send the right palm to the sky, go for it. If you need to feel more, press back into your left heel and move the right knee forward so that you're moving in opposition and you're going deeper into your twist. Cool. One more round of breath. And then go ahead and lower your right palm to the floor. Left knee down, straighten your right leg. Good. Hang out right here, pull the toes towards your shin, or a few of you, if you want to feel more, walk forward. If you've got tight hamstrings, walk your hands back towards your knee and lift the spine away from the thigh. Lengthen with each inhale, and then allow yourself to just soften into the space you created with your breath with each exhale. Are you ready for your lizard pose? Bend your right leg, hands inside of the right leg. So you're opening up the back of that left hip again. This is a perfect spot if you want to do more strengthening work for your quad and your glute. Then bring your elbows to the floor. And if you're really going for it, tuck your toes under, lift your knee off the floor, press into that back heel, move the right knee forward right over your ankle. Keep breathing into that spot. Give yourself 3 more rounds of breath. Fire up that left quad, especially if you have it off the floor. If you don't have it off the floor, press to the top of the left foot to open up the front of your hip. So much going on. And then lower your left knee to the floor. Perfect. Walk your hands back. Swing the left toes behind you, tuck them under, and then left arm reaches for the sky, right arm follows it. Little warrior 2. Yeah, we made it. All right, we got to celebrate all these little victories, right? So shoulders, palms in alignment, and we're just pulsing, and we're starting to open up the front of the hip. If this hurts your knee at all, forget the pulsing part. If you got knee issues, just keep it nice and neutral and safe. Good. The next time you pulse into that right leg, pause, palms right into prayer, right elbow hooks inside of the right thigh. Lengthen the spine, lift the sternum and chest. Stay right here, or split the palms. Some of you are taking the left arm up and over the ear. If you are going for the bind, just give yourself another breath or 2 right here to feel that extension of the side body, and then wrap the arms around, right arm under, left arm through. Just like our twist, when we get longer with the spine, we have more rotation to turn the torso as we open up the front of the hips. Cool. Come on back up to your little warrior 2. Good. And then we'll bring the hands back to the floor, inside, swinging the left leg around, tucking the toes under, pivoting the left heel, line up your heels, turn the back toes in nice and slightly, and then windmill that left palm back to the sky. Go straight right into that right leg. So straighten that right leg. You were staying there with that right leg bent for a while. Reverse triangle, left hand, left IT bend, right hand to the sky. Lift the left rib cage, and then reach up and back with the right. You can hang out right here, or if you did the reverse warrior or peaceful warrior, bend into the right leg. Same thing that we did on the other side. I like to take that left hand up and pull the wrist up and back, just so I get that equal side flexion on both sides, especially that left side. Push into the pinky toe side of your right foot, we're winning. And then if your right leg's not bent, warrior 2. Palms extending out from the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Maybe try to drop the left hip and lift the right hip so your shoulders aren't leaning forward. Sometimes people's warriors are like this. It's like they're trying to reach for something. Be strong and straight right over your hips. Good. Windmill your hands inside of the right leg. And then walk your hands to the left, and as you walk your hands a quarter turn to the left, your right foot follows you. Palms under the shoulders, knees, ankles, heels, all lined up. And then bend your knees, bring your palms to the floor, and see if you can drop your seat just a little bit more. A little bit more. And now lengthen the ribs and the heart forward. You're going to feel this in the top of the quads and the outer glute. And then as you exhale, just bow to the floor. Your elbows might even come to the floor as you straighten the legs. And then as you inhale, bend the knees, look forward, lengthen the spine, and really drop your seat. Guide your heart forward like it's trying to bust between your biceps. Yeah. And then exhale, fold. Do that 2 more times, pulsing with your breath. So we're doing a vinyasa free flow today, but you can still get a lot of work here. Last round. Lengthen with that inhalation, bend the knees, lengthen the spine. Stay right here. Keep the core active. Interlace your hands behind the back. Move your wrists away from the seat. Keep your legs bent, and then let the crown of the head move to the floor with your legs bent. Don't straighten the legs yet. Promise me you're not straightening the legs. And then just start to squeeze your wrists over the shoulders with bent legs. Bent legs. Keep them bent. Challenge yourself.
The farther you can get your wrists over the shoulders, the more you'll feel. Keep your wrists right where they are, and as you straighten the legs, squeeze your inner thighs together. Just breathe into that spot right there. I feel like I felt a lot of people just relaxing and exhaling into that spot. That was intense with those legs bent like that for a while, but you'll start to really feel that opportunity to get a little deeper, closer to the floor with your wrists. Come out of it slowly, bend your knees, bring your hands back to the floor, lengthen the spine. Good. You made it. Left hand stays. Right hand stays. We got to do our pulses to the back. Inhale the left palm to the sky. Good. And then exhale, thread it under, across, and through. Really reach as you exhale and see how far back you can go as you inhale. Slow it down. Really explore your range of motion as you reach. Pull the navel up and back. And then as you inhale, lengthen the heart forward, open up through that shoulder. Last 3 slow pulses. Going more for extension and side flexion or rotation than for quick movements. The next time you send that left arm through, reach for your right calf, ankle, or foot. Right hand can go to the sky, follow it up with your drishti, your focus, or drape the right hand around the waist behind the back. If you want to feel more resistance, bend your left knee towards second and third toe, and then draw your left rib cage towards your right knee. Pull yourself towards your right knee for this combination of side flexion and rotation. Such a nice movement for the spine. Great, everyone. Give it one more round of breath. And then come back to center. Lengthen. Good. And then we're going to walk our palms back to the front of the mat. And send that left leg to the sky. Shake the left leg out. Move to your plank pose. Lower all the way down, bend the elbows. Good. Stay on your stomach. Take your right arm out to the side like a wing. Reach that right arm straight out to the floor, right in line with your shoulder, and roll to your right and open up the front of your right shoulder. Good. While that right arm is out there, bend your left leg, reach back with your left hand, and grab your left foot with your left hand. So the chest is opening up, and we're starting to get this quad stretch. You guys work pretty hard with your quads in some of those postures by holding a little bit longer than we normally would. So if you'd like to go deeper, kick the heel away from your bum. If you still want to go deeper, reach for the big toe side of your left foot, and you'll feel a little bit more side flexion. A little bit more psoas stretch, not side flexion. I'm getting my anatomy mixed up. Good. Slowly roll back to your core. Good. Lie on your stomach. Bring your left ear to the floor. Good. You're there. And now take your left arm out to the side like a wing. Lower it to the floor, straight out from your shoulder, and start your roll over to the left. Good. Hang out here, or if you took the quad stretch, bend the right leg. Reach for your ankle with the right hand, or move into that hip opener. We're opening up the front of the right hip. Great, everybody. Grabbing the big toe side of the foot with your bicep turning up will give you a nice shoulder stretch on both sides. Perfect. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more. And then we'll slowly roll back to our core. Come up to your forearms. Bend your right leg. Reach back with your right hand and draw your right heel down towards your seat.
If this is really easy for you, you can flip your palm so your right elbow is pointing to the sky where your hands are moving to the top of the foot. And then the idea is as you're pushing the heel down, move your heart, your rib cage forward just like you're doing a back bend. The heart's moving towards the front of your mat. Your ribs are really stretching forward so the belly is starting to lift off the floor. Almost there. Good. Hold on to your right foot, either pinky toe side or big toe side of the foot. Get long with your spine and walk, spider crawl your fingertips forward as far away from your body as possible. So you're just on your fingertips. Now kick your heel away from your bum and then drag your ribs forward towards your fingers. If you've got lower back issues, this is great. This will help you feel that connection to the back bend and you won't feel like it's too much effort. If you want to kick the right foot away and lift the left palm to the sky, flip your palm so your biceps facing forward. It's like a one-legged bow pose. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more, and then lower down. Bring your palms right underneath your forehead and bring your forehead to your palms. And just let your legs rock from side to side. Slow it down. Okay. Go 1 more round of breath, 1 more little leg rock. You're there. And then come back to your Sphinx pose with your arms. So elbows right underneath the shoulders. Inner thighs are drawing towards each other. Left leg bends. Push down into that right forearm, reach back with your left hand. As you're drawing the heel towards the seat, the tendency is just to kind of collapse the body and focus on the quad stretch. But for this posture, we're taking the quad stretch and we're moving the ribs forward and lifting the heart into a back bend. Nice little, another pose of opposition here where you start to feel a little resistance. Try to breathe into the resistance and really expand with your inhales. So the inhales are really inflating rib cage heart as you move it forward towards your right thumb. Good. Hold on to the left leg, either pinky toe side of your left foot or big toe side of your left foot. Kick the heel softly away from you so that your shoulder stays away from the floor and walk your right fingertips forward until the elbow's off. Stay on your fingertips, kick the heel away, and then the ribs are moving forward towards your thumb. So keep moving forward towards the thumb, really drag your ribs forward as far as you can, and then kick the heel away and stay here. Be kind to your lower back or flip your right palm to the sky. To go deeper, kick the heel away from you and lift. For 2 more breaths in your one-legged bow. 1 more, and then lower down. Make a little pillow with your hands. Turn your head to the right or the left, whatever way you didn't turn it. Give yourself 2 more breaths. Soften the breath. Lengthen out the inhales. Lengthen out the pauses. And the exhales. Give yourself 1 more round. Nice, slow breath. Lengthen out the inhale. Hold the breath. Clear the mind. Let any resistance move out with your exhale. Slowly come up to your table pose. So your knees are under your hips. Your palms are under the shoulders. Good. We're going to take a little puppy pose here, setting us up for a dolphin. So keep your knees and hips in alignment. Don't move forward or backward. Just start to walk your hands forward, keeping the hips over the shoulders. If you're tight in the shoulders, this might be your spot. Just drop the chest towards the floor and you'll start to feel. You might get the forehead to the floor. A few of you might get the chin, chest to the floor. Wherever you're at, be kind to your shoulders and your lower back here. See if you can breathe back into the ribs, back into the heart center. See if you can lengthen the inhales in this posture. Most of us try to restrict the breath. Go big on the inhales today. Last 2 breaths, you're almost there. And then walk back. Okay, so we got 2 shoulders, 2 arms, right? One of them usually has more range of motion than the other.
So we're gonna focus on one arm dolphin, doing one shoulder at a time. We'll start with the left hand moving so that you can see it in case you need to. The left elbow replaces the left hand. Dolphin with the left, right hand lines up with the right elbow. Hug the right elbow to the midline. The arms stay just like this. Tuck your toes under, press back just like you would down dog, but keep the left arm as it is. Bend your left leg so that you can draw your chest closer to the thighs. Push forward strongly with your left forearm. If you're feeling it, send your left leg to the sky. If you need to feel more, walk your right hand closer to your right foot. So this is a nice strengthener for the shoulder, but also a great release. Helps you open up the front of that left shoulder, top of the deltoid. Give it one more round of breath. You're there. And slowly lower the knees back down. Grab a seat on your heels. Good. And let that left arm come around the body. Give yourself a little stretch. Create a little space here. Yeah. We'll take a little eagle arm. Right arm on the bottom, left arm on top. Take the palms over to your left. Right ear to the right. This will kind of release the front of it. And that connection to the trapezius muscle. Good. Whenever yoga feels like massage, we should do it. It just feels so good to move that tension out. When the tension's gone, usually we're a little happier. Take your left hand, either drape it around the waist, or I like to slide it right underneath my left shin, right palm, left ear, trapezius stretch, really kind of exploring the different facets of this left shoulder, giving yourself a little release here. Happy Friday, y'all. Good. Come on back to your table pose. Swing the legs around. So we're focusing on the right shoulder this time. Left hand stays in table. Right elbow replaces the right palm. Hug your left elbow to the midline. You're pushing down into the left palm to help you lift the hips to the sky. The right leg bends immediately, and we draw the chest towards the thighs so that we feel a little bit more resistance, a little bit deeper stretch on that right shoulder. If you want to send the right heel to the sky, draw your chest towards that left thigh. You might even walk your left hand closer to your left foot. Give yourself a couple. Yeah, you guys got it. Good. Couple more rounds of breath. You're almost there. One more round. Now the shoulder should feel even. Slowly back up. Lower down. If you can't sit on your heels easily, just kneel. And then lift up. Grab a seat. Take your right arm across the body. Give yourself a little pull with that left. Opening up the outer shoulder. And if it's available to you, eagle arms, left arm on the bottom, elbows right center of line of the body, and then drop your hands to the right, left ear to the left. Yeah. Try to curl up the edges of your mouth. Enjoy this. But you're almost done. That went by fast, didn't it? Good. And then as you come back, we're going to do a different variation of dolphin. We're going to do the interlace variation. I find that you can really open up a little bit more with this interlace variation for a different part of the shoulder, and most of us have the range of motion that's easier with the interlace. For those of you that are nice and open and you really are itching to do an inversion, feel free to take the inversion or move to your wall. Otherwise, we're setting up the same way, but both elbows replace the palms. Interlace the fingertips, press to the pinky toe sides of your hands, tuck the toes under. I'm going to walk my feet in just a little bit and bend my knees so that I can really move my chest back towards my thighs. The action here is drawing the chest towards the thighs. If you've got tight hamstrings, really bend those knees. Good? Yeah? Cool, guys. We've got one more round of breath. And then if you're not in an inversion and you're ready to come down to your child's pose and just rest. If you need a couple more breaths or you want to take one more inversion, now's your chance. Everyone's always got different energy levels on Friday. Some of us need to really move that physical, mental, emotional tension out. And some of us just need to really just mindfully slide into the weekend and move into deeper relaxation. So, you know, you're kind of in charge of what your energy is telling you to do, especially when you have these opportunities to move on your own. Yeah, good. If you're not in child's pose and you are finished with your inversions, then go ahead and roll onto your back. If you're still playing with the inversions, knock yourself out. Careful of your furniture. When you're rolling on the back, take your feet hip distance, knees right over your heels. Use your core to lower down. Good. So we did some really nice back bends. If it feels good to celebrate with one more bridge or an interlace bridge with your hands interlaced underneath your hips or a full wheel, go for it. If that was enough back bending for you, take your feet to the edges of the mat and just let the knees rock from side to side. Windshield wiper the legs to start to clear that connection. Sometimes the glutes get pretty tight in the back bends. So we're releasing the glutes, softening the glutes so they don't pull on the lower back, clearing the spine by these little windshield wipers. Good. If you're in your back bends, slow the breath down, expand with your inhales, pause, and take your time with your exhales. It's nice to open the heart up, really open up the front of the chest, really counterbalancing a lot of movements, a lot of habitual movements that we're doing during the day when our energy is a little bit more stagnant. Good. If you're not in your windshield wipers, go ahead and start your windshield wipers. And then I want to give you guys the opportunity to either take a happy baby pose or a Supta Baddha Konasana, bottoms of the feet together. So this one, we haven't really opened up the hips that much. It's nice to open up the hips as a counterbalance from all of that back bending that we just did, the closing of the hips. So either happy baby pose, maybe straighten one leg at a time, or bottoms of the feet together, Baddha Konasana, allowing the knees to just drop over and maybe going back to that little rocking from side to side, releasing the glute connection with the lower back. Either way, you're settling down, you're finishing with a little counterbalancing posture that helps you set up perfectly for your Shavasana. And before you get set up for your Shavasana, if you need something, a blanket, if you're liking a silent Shavasana, you might want to turn down the volume. If you like chanting, I'll be introducing the chant that's written on the board. It's really simple today. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva is the destroyer. he comes in and he sees cycles and patterns that really aren't working, and he destroys those patterns to bring in a new cycle. I don't know if that resonates with you today or this week or this month, but I can think of a few that are going on in our world. But really it's how we're responding to situations. Oh, someone gave me the heart. I love the heart. Yeah. It's really how our mind is experiencing what's happening in our world. And Shiva, we call out to Shiva and we're like, hey man, I need some help getting out of these patterns that I'm stuck in. And if I stay in these patterns, I know that I'm going to slide into fear, anxiety. I'm going to lose that health of my mind because I'm too caught in my stories. So we call out to Shiva. And so I'll do a little Shiva chant while you settle into your Shavasana. Think of it as your little bedtime story before you start your evening out. breath go, let directing, guiding the breath go. Melt into the floor. And create your retreat space in your mind. Sometimes even curling up the sides of the mouth sends a really nice effect energetically to the body. Those of you that are sinking into your Shavasana, don't listen to me, just stay there. Om Namah Shivaya. Pattern in your mind that you'd like to let go of. Om Namah Shivaya. See it dissolving. See it creating more space for something that serves you, something that serves others. As we try to stay connected, stay tethered, stay yoked, this yogic experience, connecting to Source and all that is a part of Source. Yourself a moment to savor and feel and receive all the effects of your practice. Loka Sukhino Bhavantu, may all beings everywhere be peaceful, happy, and may we try to ease the suffering that we see in the world by changing how we see it, by elevating others with our good intentions and our actions. Thank you for being on that journey with me today. Thank you for sharing. Happy Friday. We made it. Next week is almost exactly the same schedule, except Thursday night we're doing a really cool Earth Day experience with another teacher. And she and I are going to work with the chakras and some chanting and some visualizations and mantras. thank you guys, all of you that have been donating. It's really been helping a lot of people that are losing their jobs and holding the space for other people, allowing them to, you know, contribute their energy on this platform and share yoga, you know, when they are afraid of working and they can't donate, is really important. So for those of you that are in that space, thank you for coming, and I want to support you. Thank the room that is helping and supporting you by holding this platform, and keep doing it. We got this. You guys rock. Hope you're feeling good. I feel great. We made it. Oh, that was fun, and it wasn't too over the top, but the pace just felt so good.
Really amazing.
So Fridays are going to be like this every Friday, like chill flow. Yeah. And then Monday is going to be Corepalooza. Because if you're like me, you're eating and drinking too much on the weekend to celebrate that you made it another weekend. And then Monday night, we just beat it up. How are you guys feeling? Are you doing good? Good. I feel good. Thank you guys for showing up and keeping me present. And it's, you know, I love doing the Facebook stuff. There's people watching on Facebook, but it's so good to see people because I'm an interactor. I can't hug you, so at least I get to see you. So thanks for going for it with me. Wow. Have an amazing weekend. Thanks, guys. Happy Friday. Oh, I don't want to leave.
Wait, I've got a question.
Tell me.
Your Venmo account is Wade Godwell's, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
There might. Sometimes they put a little dot or a hyphen. I don't know. I've never tried to pay myself. But I should try it. I would feel like a total, like the full circle. Hey, at least I didn't see you come in. So good to see you. Thank you, Roxana, for showing up. Craig, I hope to see you in the neighborhood. We'll keep our 6 feet distance. Yes. You know what? You know, the funny thing is that people in Asia always say Wade. People in Europe say Wade too, and some people call me Wadey. And I've just kind of got so used to anything that sounds like my name. You can close that.